Hey guys, Chris here. So take two. A few days ago I was actually here at Røde, my local Volvo dealer here in Bergen, filming this car interior and exterior, but I had mic issues. If you saw my last video, I talked about that. So now we're trying with the internal mic on the camera. So without further ado, let's take a tour of this 2019 Volvo V60. So let's start off with the exterior, guys. This car has the exterior styling package. As I said, this is an Inscription with the exterior styling package. It's birch light metallic, a brand new color for the V60, and I'm just in love with this color, guys. It's almost like a very light gray, silver, whitish with almost a pastel, somewhat of a flat finish. But as you can see here, the surfaces, reflect differently, and the light bounces off differently in the light and on the surfaces. I just love this color. I hope it comes to the XC90 and other Volvos soon, if they don't already have it. So guys, let's go through what the Inscription has on the exterior, as well as this with the exterior styling package. So we have the normal Inscription grille here, this concave waterfall grille, chrome bits around the grille, and then you have these slots, these waterfall slots, which are concave, as you can see, which have chrome bits in the middle and black on the outside. The typical Inscription look. You have the Thorshammer LED lights, which on the V60 and S60, like the XC60, extend beyond the headlight. And then down here you have this chrome bit here, which is like a boomerang 3D effect. And then you also have this fog light down there. So this car has, as I said, the exterior styling package, which gives it an extra lip down here beneath that portion, and also on this side, but you can't see it because the information stand is there. And then over to the side, this has the double 5-spoke alloy wheels, diamond cut, which are the same wheels that I had on the V60 press car I've had a few weeks ago. If you want to check out more videos on the brand new V60, check out the link up there in the right corner. I have a lot of videos out on this car. So this has also a side skirt, which is though unique to this exterior styling package. You can see it more from the rear. Body painted color, body painted mirrors, and you also have body painted door handles. Though the Inscription trim on the 60 series cars doesn't have chrome bits around the door handle like you do on the 90 series cars. Chrome around the windows extends all the way from the A pillar back to the D pillar, and you also have this satin finished roof rail. This car also has the panoramic sunroof, as you can see there, and this front portion opens up, and this color is just so beautiful. Just want to step away from the car a bit here so you can catch the exterior look. What I like about the V60 compared to the V90 is that the tail, or the trunk, is more upright, meaning you don't lose as much cargo capacity. This trunk actually has 530 liters, which is just shy of the V90, and that's very impressive in this class of car. This has quad exhaust, which is also included in the exterior styling package. You can see this portion here, which is like a side skirt on the rear bumper, and you can see how that flows into the side skirt there. Just loving this exterior styling package. And then you have this chrome bit here between the tailpipes, which is also included in the exterior styling package. Otherwise, the tail here, or the rear section, is just like the normal Inscription, Volvo lettering, nothing. Yeah, this also has a protection plate on the trunk here. So before we step into the interior, guys, just want to show you guys Volvo's newest key design. If you haven't seen this before, you've been missing out, guys. These are so gorgeous, and since this is the Inscription trim, the keys actually covered in the same Napa leather as the interior. If this was the R design, you'd have perforated black leather, and on the Momentum trim, this would just be plastic. So almost just for the key, guys, is worth upgrading to an R design or a Momentum. You can also see that the buttons here on the side are a very nice chrome metal finish. You have your panic button, and then you have the lock, unlock, and then you have the trunk release. This car does have, let's see there, an electric tailgate, which you can operate from the key, which is very practical. And there you see it going down again. This car has keyless go, keyless entry, so you can put the key back in the pocket. You don't have to use the buttons. As you can see here, the mirrors are unfolded, meaning the car is unlocked. Put your finger here to lock the car. You can also do this on the rear door, so you can see that indentation there, and you can also put your hand behind there to unlock the car. So it's very practical. When exiting the car, I usually walk this way and then just hit this to lock the car. So I've really grown accustomed to that on my XC90. So put your hand behind there to lock up, to open the car, unlock the car. You see the mirrors unfold. Open up the door, and here we can see, you know, the door design here on the V60. This has a black interior, black Nappa leather interior. You have soft touch plastics up top here of really nice quality. You have soft touch plastics down here. Here you have faux leather insert, and I think this is actually faux leather on the armrest, though of really high quality faux leather. It might actually be real leather. I'm not sure, guys. It's that good. And here you also have soft touch plastics all the way down here. So the whole door is soft touch plastics. Here you have this smooth rubberized finishing on the plastic here. You have this beautiful door handle, which is of really high quality metal finish and just feels very, very solid. Here you have the memory buttons for the driver's seat, because this car has the comfort seats, which are electrically adjustable. You have the unlock and lock buttons here for the central locking. And then you have the Bowers & Wilkins premium sound system in this car, giving you this Bowers & Wilkins speaker cover here in metal. It's really beautiful, and almost, you know, it's worth the price bump just to get an interior with nice bits and pieces. You can see the trademarked Kevlar speaker in there. You can see the cone there is yellow, which is really cool. You have the tweeter up there. Here you have the switches for the door mirrors. You press these two together to fold them, and then you have all the window switches here. All windows are automatic up and down for all windows, and then you have child lock for the rear windows. This is Volvo's comfort seat, and this car has the upgraded Nappa leather, and you can also see the seats are perforated, meaning this car has the this has the ventilated seats. You have beautiful contrast stitching there, and when you get the comfort seats, this portion here is actually electrically adjustable from the buttons down here. You get prompts on the screen. If this was the sports seat, this would actually be manually adjustable. So let's take a step inside this car, and let's see. We'll actually have to extend. That's what that looks like, and I'm just gonna pull this in because this was suggested for a person much taller than me. So inside the interior, you have Volvo's, you know, one of their new steering wheel designs. This is the Inscription steering wheel, giving you this beautiful smooth leather, one of the nicest feeling leathers I've actually felt on any modern steering wheel. 3 spokes and beautiful leather here. You have this groove here, which is a different type of design, and it's actually smooth on the back side. Usually a lot of steering wheels have grooves behind there, so it's really nice to operate in the city while sliding your hands round and round, or sliding your hands around the steering wheel while the steering wheel is, you know, moving around and round. On the left side here you have the pilot assist and adaptive cruise control buttons. Up and or plus or minus is to increase and decrease your speed. Left and right here toggles between the different modes, which are speed limit, pilot assist, and normal adaptive cruise control. You have here the distance, you can adjust the distance here, shorter distance and longer distance. I have a whole video on the 12-inch digital gauge cluster. We'll just turn on the ignition here. You can see that firing up on this Volvo's 12-inch digital gauge cluster, and this the 9.3-inch Sensus infotainment system. Please check the video up there in the right corner for a detailed tour of the infotainment system and the screens on this car. We're not going to go through that here. This car also has the optional leather dashboard, which is just beautiful and has beautiful contrast stitching here. And I really like the way they've executed the dashboard style on the V60 S60 compared to the XC60. The XC60 has like a cutout here with a plastic speaker grill. This doesn't. This looks more like the S90 V90, and I think it looks much more elegant and much more uniform, the design into the dashboard, because you get this type of the Bowers & Wilkins, you know, these speaker setup on top of the dashboard, which is similar to the S90 V90 and XC90, which I think looks better than on the XC60. You can see the Nautilus tweeter there, also a trademark tweeter from Bowers & Wilkins, and then you also have speakers beneath the grill there. I think you have a mid-range bass speaker. Following the dashboard over to the right, you see more of that beautiful stitched leather. It just, you know, accentuates the luxurious feel of this car. This car also has the driftwood inlays, which also is very, very nice. I like the light color of the wood and how it breaks up the black interior on this car with also the chrome bits. It makes a dark interior just, you know, a bit lighter and not that dark and boring, which black interiors tend to be, in my opinion. You have these beautiful air vents, which also were, you know, showed a few years ago on Volvo's concept cars, which are, you know, vertically stacked, and have these beautiful rotary knobs here, which are knurled and diamond cut in metal. Just feels very nice, and listen to how that's clicky and nice sounding. You also have these vertical vents here on each side of the infotainment screen, and I think they look really, really nice, surrounded by black piano finishing and just a few chrome bits here and there. Beneath that you have a button stack. Here you have the volume button, which is also a beautiful diamond cut knurled finishing. Just feels really high quality, and I'd love to rotate this for when listening to music instead of using the steering wheel controls, which I forgot to mention. Here you have the audio controls, volume up and down, and then you can skip track forwards and backwards. You can also do that on the radio. Here you have voice commands, and then this is to launch the board computer, which pops up here down in the right corner, giving you information about consumption and stuff like that. Or back to the button stack here you have hazards, rear defroster, front defroster, rear defroster, skip forwards and backwards, and then this is the air temperature sensor, and then this is just a blank button. And on the XC90, this would be the glove compartment release, but this has a manual glove compartment, actually a really nice and large size. Here on the dashboard we have soft touch plastics. It's a really high quality. You have this smooth rubberized plastic here, which I think is really nice, and then you have carpeting up here on the side, so the interior quality is really high. Here you also have that smooth to the touch plastic. It's not like hard touch plastics. It's not soft. You can't, you know, it doesn't deform when you press it in, but it's really nice and smooth to the touch, like having a rubberized finished. This car is the D4, so this gets a normal mechanical shifter. The hybrid gets, you know, the electronic shifter, which, you know, press twice forwards and backwards to go into reverse and drive, and then there's a button for park. This is just a normal traditional mechanical shifter, and one of the nicest feeling mechanical shifters in the business. Here we have more of that driftwood inlay, and I think that's so beautiful. Push this forward, you reveal a small cubby space here, which is a nice place to put your mobile phone when just when just driving. It's not the best of spaces, but it works actually quite nice. And then you have this door here, which also slides all the way back and reveals two rather large cup holders and more storage here. Though they aren't the best for half-liter bottles, they work much better with small cans. Here you have Volvo's ignition switch, which you turn right to start and right to stop. And then you have the drive modes down here, which you scroll through, which is also diamond cut. Let's see if we can get some. No, we're not going to show that on the screen. The system just booted up when we. Nope. Here you have the handbrake, and then you have auto hold. I really like the setup of, you know, the ignition switch down here, because everything is in one motion down here in the center console. When you get into the car, you start the car, you put it into gear, and then you release the handbrake. When you stop, you pull up the handbrake, you put it back into gear, and then you stop the car. Lastly, here in the front seat, we're going to show you guys the center console, which is covered in this beautiful softly padded Napa leather with contrast stitching. Just feels really nice. And then it reveals a rather large storage bin, and then we're going to put the key back here before we forget it. I'm not going to bring that with me. Beautiful felt. And then you have also USB connectors here for charging, and also for Android Auto or our Apple CarPlay if you get the car with those options. Let's check out the rear seats very quickly. That was the front seat. Oh, also the panoramic sunroof from the inside is really, really large, and a really nice option to have, especially here in Scandinavia where we have darker winters. The rear door actually just follows, you know, the materials of the front door. Soft touch plastics, smooth feeling rubberized finished plastics there. Full leather insert. Still not sure if this is real or faux leather. and then contrast stitching, and then you have soft touch plastics down here, and you also have the window switch here, automatic up and down. You have also the Barrows & Wilkins speaker grill there, as you can see, and then you have a lock button here for the door. This is what the rear seats look like, and you have the same perforated leather here on the rear seats, but you don't have ventilated seats here. You have ISOFIX points here, which have this cover that, you know, flips out of the way, which is actually really practical. On our Audi A4 you have to remove them and then you have to place them somewhere else. That's really easy to lose. On the XC90 they're actually exposed. I do like the way they've done it here, and let's go ahead and step inside. So one complaint I have about the rear seats on this car is that the seat cushion is rather low. It doesn't angle enough up, and rather short. And I'm not the tallest guy. I'm like about 5'7". I still wouldn't have that much support on a longer trip, so other cars does that better. But otherwise than that, it's really roomy behind there. This seat is set really far behind for something like a 6-footer, a 6'2", and I have plenty of knee room. The back of the headrest is faux leather, so I'm really glad they didn't go for, you know, like a hard touch plastic here. It's still really nice to look at and to touch, and then you have the more of that beautiful Napa leather, which is so soft to the touch. The seat back here, they also could have done this in hard touch plastics, but this is a smooth and soft touch plastic, just very nice and giving this interior really high quality feeling. Here you have map pockets, which are very simple and very functional. This car also has the rear seat climate package, which gives you 2 zones behind here, and then you also have heated seats, and you also get these vents. Even if you don't get the rear seat climate package, Volvo always gives you rear vents on the B pillar, so that's actually really nice. But with the rear seat climate package, you actually have 4 vents behind here, and that is really, really nice. So lastly, in the rear seat we have this armrest. Here you have the cup holders that you can push out, and you push them out of the way. You have this nice cubby space here, which is also really nice rubberized finishing, and then you have a storage compartment here beneath the armrest. So a very practical armrest, and better than the one I have in my XC90. This is a headrest you can adjust in the height. And then lastly, guys, let's check out the trunk. And as we said, this is electrically operated. Press the button below there, and then you reveal a very large trunk. This is 530 liters, almost as big as on the V90. A very impressive trunk, and it's very square and very tall, so it's actually very easy to utilize the space here. I really do like this trunk. The only complaint I have about this trunk is this trunk cover, which doesn't retract automatically when you open up the trunk. The Audi A4 does that, so other cars in this class do that, but you know, that's just nitpicking at this point. I have no problem just, you know, moving that out of the way. You can also just do it like that, and then it flips up. And yeah, you had this optional skid plate, and let's see if we have we don't have. You can also get this with the trunk divider, which this car doesn't have, and you have a rather practical storage space beneath there, guys. And you can also, you know, you can also fold the rear seats from here electronically, which is actually very practical. And since this car is keyless go and keyless entry, you can lock the car from the button behind here. So there you go, guys. That was a detailed tour of the interior and the exterior here on the 2019 Volvo V60. I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.
We'll be right back.